Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling.
What's up, good people? Happy Monday. This is 0 to 60. I'm your host, Matt McChesney. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. We have a lot to talk about today. Reaction from Big 12 Media Day last week that we didn't get to, and a bunch of other crazy shit that's going on in the world of sports. I'm so glad it's almost football season. I don't know what to do with myself. I know the wall is bare behind me, but we are remodeling the living room. So let's roll, B.
Matt, happy Monday, and I got to start the show off with some news that I'm curious on your reaction to. So, Greg McElroy said a person in the know believes Nick Saban will return to coaching. Now, it just says coaching. It doesn't specify college or the NFL. In my head, it screams the NFL, right? No? College? Matt, what is your reaction to this? Go ahead.
He hated the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Nick Saban is a bark coacher. I'm a bark coacher. Like, hey, get your fucking ass moving. Like, that's who he is. And the NFL now, because of guaranteed contracts and everything else, and that's a talk that I'm sure we're going to have one of these days. Mason Crosby's probably on tomorrow. Vickers will be on Friday. They're both NFL vets like your boy. There's a lot of like NFL owners that are pissed off. They don't want guaranteed contracts in the next CBA. Yeah. I'm a player, man. Fuck you. Everybody should be guaranteed. I think Nick Saban hated the NFL. And maybe he hated it because he didn't get Drew Brees. Imagine what would have happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
If Miami gets Drew Brees instead of Dante Culpepper, if they just pass him on his physical. But he doesn't have the same control. He doesn't have the same say unless he's getting ownership stake. He's the general manager, and I'm going to get this fly, I swear to God, and he's the head coach. Then I don't see him taking over the NFL franchise. I could be wrong, but I will say this. If he goes back to college, I'm not trying to – I said this to Deacon Schmidt about 2 weeks ago. Venables was the head coach of Oklahoma when they were in the Big 12. Since they've been to the SEC, they were, 6-6 last year?
Yeah.
Or maybe 5-7. Like they were
6 off the top of my head. Chat them know for
now they're recruiting like a motherfucker. Like they are recruiting the shit out of people. But let's say Oklahoma doesn't do well this year and they want Venables out.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oklahoma, Nick Saban, Oklahoma, and the resources they have there. It's just Oklahoma is Alabama on the plains, bro. That's all it is. Oklahoma dominated a conference the way Alabama has dominated a conference. And there's a lot of other schools that would be lining up at the doorstep for about $15 million a year to get this guy as the head coach. Because the minute it happens, you immediately go to the top when it comes to recruiting. You immediately go to the top when it comes to publicity. Everything is through the roof. You got the GOAT of college football coaching. Now, I'm going to say something that is going to be controversial and the prime sectionals are going to hate. But if, God forbid, Coach Prime has to step away because of health reasons, who would be better to succeed him as CU than Nick Saban?
I can't argue with that. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, my God.
I can't argue with that. Matt, I mean, I understand it's controversial, and obviously to the Colorado.
You have to talk about it, though. He just missed an entire offseason because of health reasons. And I know he's not telling anybody why, and I'm not going to pry. It's not my business. If he doesn't want people to know, they won't know. But God forbid he had to leave or had to step down. And look, man, I mean, my mother deals with blood clots. Coach Prime deals with blood clots. He's lost a couple of toes because of it. It is a real disease. So I hope it doesn't happen. But holy shit, bro, this guy get back into college coaching. What college wouldn't want them?
Yeah, that's
true. What college won Nick Saban?
My question to you, Matt, is if he goes back to college, do you see him stepping outside of the SEC to coach? Now,
no,
Oklahoma, like I could see he could turn Norman into there's a lot of things he could do at Oklahoma, man.
Like Disneyland, bro. It'd be awesome. I don't think he would leave the SEC. He won a natty at LSU, and if he would have stayed at LSU, they probably would have won more. He went to Alabama and took over college football for 2 decades. Like, he is the Tom Brady of college coaching.
Oh, yeah.
The Michael Jordan of college coaching. Like, he's the modern-day Bear Bryant, and that's what they do at Alabama. So I think if Saban – think about this. What if Saban came in to see you as the general manager and Prime was the head coach? Think about something like that. Like, maybe Coach Saban doesn't want to come coach. Maybe he wants to come in and just GM and chill and be a consultant and also be the, oh, hey, Coach Prime, maybe you should do and hey, recruit, maybe you should come here and play for Coach Prime. But Nick Saban's the GM and he's more in a relaxed role and he can go golf out here in Colorado and go boating up at Horsetooth and own a fat crib on the fucking mountain and just kind of chill. I think that's a great idea, dog. I mean, I don't know how y'all think about it, but I think if Nick Saban was the GM and Coach Prime was coach, fuck, we might win like 10 natties in a row.
It sounds great, and I've thought about this. Nick Saban, I mean, at one point there was a presidential committee with Nick Saban and Cody Campbell, who's the billionaire who funds Texas.
I would vote for Nick Saban for president.
Yeah, here's my pushback, Matt. Do you really think Nick Saban?
That guy's a fucking senator.
Do you think Nick Saban, who got out of college coaching probably for the reasons of NIL transfer portal and the way it's evolved and changed over the years, who probably got out of it, do you really think he'd want to step back and manage all of that? Or I just can't see it in my eyes. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I can see him doing this committee and the general manager role. I just at the same time, he left in my mind. It seems like he left because he didn't want to deal with all that crap. So I don't know.
That's true. He probably didn't want to deal with it. But also, how long was he at Alabama? Let's be real.
Since what year? What, 07, I want to say?
I remember in 07, 08, they beat CU in the Independence Bowl, and CU went like this for 2 decades, and Alabama went to the Sugar Bowl the next year, and they took off. So let's say 2008, roughly 2007 until 2021 or 2.
2, I think.
Or 3. Fuck. Homeboy's only been there for a year, right? He's only been out of coaching for 1 year, right?
Let me look up Nick Saban. Yeah, 2023. 07 to 2023. So, yeah. Matt, we got you? Matt might be frozen. Matt, we hear you? Chat, you still got me at least?
With this.
Oh, there we go. Now we got you, Matt. You hear me? I think Matt's freezing, or maybe I am.
2022 is when he retired?
2023. Jeez, I don't know why it's freezing. Matt, you got me? Yeah, Matt. I think Matt's dealing with some technical difficulties, folks. We'll go ahead and wait until he jumps back in here. But yeah, Nick Saban was at Alabama from 2007 to 2023. Like I just mentioned, that's interesting news that came out today because it has to be tough. And I can tell you, it's tough walking away from football, and it's tough. I can only imagine in Saban's shoes, it's tough walking away from coaching as well. Now, I just don't see Nick Saban stepping into that general manager role personally. I think he got out of college coaching because he hated probably didn't like to deal with all the extra stuff that came with being a head coach in this era of college football, dealing with the transfer portal, dealing with NIL, etc. Now, it's an interesting discussion because I don't know how Nick Saban feels about being in that front office role. And also, general managers at each college school are different. If you look at Michael Lombardi in North Carolina, I think they kind of do it differently. They run it like a professional organization versus some other schools. I don't know what the general manager does. Stanford and Andrew Luck, he's on the field like running plays with the team and running off. Like general managers in college football in this day and age each have their own roles. Here, let me get Matt back on here. He's dealing with some connection issues. One second, folks. All righty. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he did promise Miss Terry. I don't know, folks. I mean, it's an interesting news from Greg McElroy here. We'll see if he returns. I just don't see him. It's tough for me. I don't see Prime leaving anytime soon, but we got Big Matt back in the building here.
Bro, technology can suck my nuts. I'm so over this shit. Just if I pay for something, it needs to work.
Oh, I understand. Internet is
fucking mother. Okay, keep going. Look, Saban, like you said, like what we were just saying, is he going to come back and fucking coach and take like Mississippi State to the promised land? I doubt that's what he wants to do. Pipe dream. He's the GM, Prime's the coach. They stay for 10 years. That would be fucking nuts, dude.
I mean, shit. That would be awesome.
I also think there's part of him that really loves being on game day, and he loves McAfee, and he loves the spotlight, and Miss Terry, he gets to actually see his wife. Mm-hmm. And like, fuck, man, that's why I brought up the longevity of coaching. I know people in the chat don't get this, but even being a personal coach, the hours are nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, 4:30 in the morning, 4 days a week until 6 o'clock at night, every day. And that's just me running. That's me picking my hours and volunteer coaching at my kids' high school. Mm-hmm. I'm not recruiting. Like, I guess I am recruiting other players, but I'm not like on the road fucking flying places. Like, I'm not a college coach. Bro, those guys put in fucking hours, and you always got to move. And like, at least he had stability in one place forever, right?
Yeah.
Does he really want to give up the flexibility of what he's doing right now at 73 years old? I mean, I know Greg McElroy is saying he sees him coaching again. I could see him GMing before coaching. And honestly, Saban and Prime have such a good relationship. Why is that a pipe dream? Like, I would be making that phone call if I was Coach Prime. Like, yeah, I don't know who the GM up there is now. Maybe it's Coach Calhoun, who I met earlier this year. Good dude. I don't know who it is. I don't care who it is. You're now the assistant GM.
Right. Yeah.
We're bringing a big dog. So can you imagine? Just imagine if it's already a destination, because that's how they recruit. Mm-hmm. That's how they coach. It's a destination place. If you want to coach big time, come to CU. If you want to play big time, come to CU. We're not coming to you. It just ain't a thing. CU is not coming to see you. You got to come see them. That's the way this works. And they ain't hard to find is what Coach Prime says, and it seems to be true. Can you imagine if Nick Saban was the general manager and he and Mike Zimmer and Byron Leftwich are rumored to be coming on the staff here shortly. Mm-hmm. So now you have Mike Zimmer overseeing the defense, not a coordinator, but a senior analyst that fucking sits there and tells him, hey, what if you do this? And Mike Zimmer's a fucking Hall of Fame defense coordinator. Mm-hmm. And you've got Nick Saban, arguably the best college coach ever, and a brain, and has seen and knows everything and knows everyone. And how many people have gone to Saban's rehab for coaching?
Yeah.
How can you learn from him in general? He's the godfather. Just give him the godfather role. He's the godfather of Colorado football. He's not the GM. He's the fucking godfather of Colorado football. Bring him in. We'll have the most fucking ruthless goddamn team you've ever seen in the history of the world.
Yeah, and if you think playing into the attraction. I mean, you already know how much Prime draws in. Imagine having Sabin, adding Sabin to
Holy
that.
God,
It's gonna it's gonna take
like
that.
it's some video game shit. By the way, have you played 26 yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're online, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We need to play so I can beat that ass because my kid fucked me up so bad the other night, bro.
Oh, damn.
And I was taking it seriously, and it was 8-minute quarters, and I was mad, dog.
So I like 3 teams. I like North Carolina playing. I mean, obviously, I'm rooting for Belichick and the 24-year-old girlfriend, Matt. I don't know how you feel about them. I think they're going to get the 8 wins. If you look at their schedule, pretty easy. I like Taylor Green at Arkansas. They're going to piss people off this season. And then I've been playing as Willie Fritz in Houston. I've just been playing as different teams across college. But yeah, Matt, let's run it. Definitely. But folks, if you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. We got a lot of Colorado Buffaloes football news to talk about, Matt. A lot of recruiting news went down over the weekend, Matt, and Coach Hart's been recruiting, Matt. Colorado's class of 2026 class recruiting, specifically in the linebacker class, looks pretty damn good. Colorado landed 2 commitments over the weekend, and Rodney Colton Jr. and Carson Crawford. That brings Colorado's class of 26 commitments up to 9 here, Matt. How are you feeling about this, seeing this news over the weekend? And, it makes me a lot more confident in the class of 26 here, seeing a lot more recruits.
Yeah, I mean, the people were panicking 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, and now they look like they're sitting pretty good with high school kids. Again, they brought in good high school group last year, i.e. Juju Lewis. Mm-hmm. I've only played with CU, by the way, and Salter is so fast.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, that kid can run.
Yeah, for sure.
God damn, dog. Like I gotta go in and make different packages for Juju and Salter. But I love the fucking recruits that they brought in. I think that this Colton kid is a really good player. I mean, his highlight tape, he is all over the goddamn place. And we need it. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Hart, for some reason, Coach Hart gets shit on a lot, and I'm not really sure why. Like, he had great linebacker play last year. There was pretty good linebacker play the year before that. There's always dudes in the room.
Yeah, you got Hill Green was a stud. Both of them were studs, man.
Yeah, like you got fucking Junior Goldberg sitting there. Like, I can't wait to see if that kid can go out and spear a motherfucker.
Yeah, you see him out in WWE.
Well, I just want to say this publicly, and we need to I need you to clip this and say it. But I would give anything to let Goldberg spear me. You know how fucking cool that would be? We were sitting out there pregame at Folsom, and I walked up and flapped him, and he backed up and got in the crouch and what? I would be, oh my God, dog, that would be the coolest fucking thing ever. I don't want him to fucking, what was that called? I don't know what that was called, but he was fuck people up with that spear, dog. I'm just saying, if Goldberg can get there, I'm with it. So Goldberg was the shit. I know you're a little young for that, but he was my favorite.
No, I know a little bit of
wrestling. I like the room. I like the linebacker room. And look, Colorado, in my opinion, it's a top 10 school for linebackers all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got fucking dudes. It was the jackhammer. That's right. Good job, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so let's make this happen, folks. Let's make I need to get speared by Goldberg on Folsom before the game. That would be fucking so dope.
Please,
I've actually reached out to Junior Goldberg 3 times and been like, yo, can I get you and your dad on the show? And I'm trying so hard to make it happen. So,
that'd be awesome.
But I like the recruits. I mean, again, you got to take everything with a grain of salt with the transfer portal these days and the way it works. But I think that they've got some potential, especially this fucking kid, the 4-star linebacker they committed. That kid can fucking straight play.
Yeah, and
he looks like he's a 3, go to college for 3 years, develop, put on 15 pounds, turn into a man, go to the league type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think, honestly, man, I mean, if we're being real, the Prime goes up, has Big 12 Media Day, and over the weekend, how many commits did he land? I just think that probably, turn the scale a little bit and definitely helps some commits, in my opinion. I think, seeing 5 commits last week was concerning. Now we're like, all right, now the ball's moving a little bit. Definitely excited to see Coach Hart moving the needle at the linebacker position. I think I'm excited about Colorado's linebackers this year. I think a lot of the young guys, Merritt, I'm excited to see him. I think he's going to get a lot of rub as well, Matt. But yeah,
I mean, just in general, I think the defense is going to be mean.
Yeah, I think year two, Coach Livingston.
Sammy Sachs and Arden Walker are about to be like. I know that this is extreme, but usually you only have one good pass rusher.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a senior, I had 9 sacks. The year after that, though, Abraham Wright had like 13 and a half. Well, he was there with me the year before, but he only had like 4. So he had to like mature into the role, right? Jimmy Gilbert like in 15 had like 5 sacks. In 16, he had 14 or some shit. Had a huge fucking year. And they ended up winning the South and playing they had a chance to get into the playoff that year. They beat Washington that year. They go to the fucking playoff. Back in the day when you had the last time I can remember like 2 edge rushers at CU that were like, holy fuck, these guys are crazy good. Because you had, in 96, you had Nick Ziegler and Greg Jones. And Nick was a great effort, 7 technique defensive end, but Greg Jones is a bad motherfucker. Like 59 can get it. And I think he's second or third all time in sacks on that list. You had George Hippolyte at a 3 technique after me, who was an all Big 12 player who could really get it. You've got certain, Mustafa Johnson, my man Mustafa, that motherfucker at 3 technique at CU was a goddamn terror, an absolute terror. Very rarely do you have 2 edge guys, though, that can just straight get after it in college. And it reminds me of Canavis and Al. And Canavis and Al, for 3 years at CU, were fucking terrorizing everyone. And if you get Art Walker and Sammy Sachs to both have 6, 8, 10 sacks, holy God in heaven. Like I'm telling you, you can't, and it's only going to open up the middle because remember on those teams, too, with Canavis and Al, you had Joel Steed in the middle, who also is a 10-year NFL vet. So like it makes everybody's job easier when you have to double team Al and Canavis eats you alive, and then you try and double team 9-6 and everybody and Al eats you alive, and then you're like, fuck, what do I do? Canavis McGee is killing people inside, or Joel Steed's killing everybody inside. What do we do? I just think, and then Joel Steed's is Oates.
That was my next point. You got hit Oates and big 8-8 in the inside, McNeil. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, and that we're not even talking about McNeil. McNeil is Big 12 player of the fucking week last year. Like, on a couple of cases, ball the fuck out. What do you have? One game where he missed a TFL and a sack and still have like 4
Texas
TFLs.
Tech, I think, right? I think it's Tech or Arizona in other games. Yeah.
I think that the potential there, and as they grow and they're competing for reps. This is the thing. When Coach Prime got there that first year, he did a good job of turning the roster over to make us competitive. But there was no depth. None. And we could tell because how many 1-score games did we lose that year? That's because you don't have depth. Like your fucking backup goes in and gets his ass kicked and they score instead of your backup going in and being just as good as your starter. Well, this last year when they're 9-4, they had crazy depth, especially defensively. They were rotating 8 or 9 fucking guys up front. Well, that's what it was like when I was playing there, dog. Like watching old school games, especially in 01, we were rotating fucking 7, 8, 9 guys, and 8 of us have our pension. Like that's how you win football games. So they can absolutely do that again this year defensively. I've been saying this since day one. I think this defense is going to be better than the offense. Like, I think the defense is going to be the best unit defensively in the Big 12. I think they're going to hold people to fucking the least amount of points. They're going to be great against the run, and they are going to fucking kill people rushing the passer. Like, it's the 3rd year. It's the 2nd year in the system under Livingston. All they've been doing is listening to Coach Sapp just in their fucking ear now for years. That wears off. Obviously, it worked last year. And I trust Arden's word. Arden's my boy, and I love his pops. And like that's CU, that's true CU family right there. And every time I talk to Arden or we're texting back and forth, he's just like, we got something for these boys this year. Like, we're scary good. So I'm just telling you, bro, like, just think about those 2 young IMG kids, too. What's the big white boy's name? McFadden?
Yeah, McPherson, and then you got Merritt, too. Yeah,
and Merritt, those 2 fucking kids. We don't even talk about them. They're going to rotate in and ball the fuck out. Like, they got some dudes, bro. So I'm really, really excited about it. And I think offensively, the scheme is going to better fit the defense too, because when we get the lead, we're going to fucking hammer people running the ball and have heavy RPO. So it's just going to open up everything.
Yeah, and the common pushback I get was Colorado's defense because, I mean, I have full confidence in Coach Livingston. I think we saw it, and I expect Coach Livingston's defense to build off of all the success from year one. Their secondary, their secondary going to be pretty good. I get losing Travis is tough, very tough to replace a unicorn, but I will say they got some dudes obviously coming back from last year. We know how good DJ McKinney is. You got Preston Hodge, who we got to see a little bit last year. Up and down with him, but I expect him to take a step up. RJ Johnson, who I think, we didn't get to see too much of him last year, but I really expect him to step up into a starting role. And then you got Makari Vickers coming over from Oklahoma as a transfer. I expect him to get some burn as well, Matt. I don't know. I think the secondary is going to be better than people think as well. So,
I'll tell you this. There's never going to be a time in Colorado's time here with Prime where the secondary ain't good. Like there's a couple things I can guarantee. After going into the third year, I feel confident saying this. We are always going to have quarterback play. We are always going to have receivers. We are always going to have DBs. Always. Now, what have we been saying since day fucking one on all JB shows and everything? I've been saying this. When they get the big guys to match the skill guys, what's going to happen? It's going to be a fucking explosion. I thought, look, last year, as a guy who finished my senior year, we were 8-5 and played in the Big 12 title game, won a bowl game. I consider that successful. I was pretty angry about it then, but the standards were different back in the day.
Right.
9-4, losing the bowl game last year was an unbelievably successful season. I know it sounds like fuck you. They lost the bowl game. They lost to good teams. Okay, whatever. They were so bad 2 years before, bro. Like, remember 1-11. I remember standing there and talking to that team before they played Cal and like praying to God that we just win a fucking game so we don't go winless. I remember getting beat by 40 fucking points every night. Like it was terrible. So 2 years later to be nationally prominent, win all the awards, the Heisman Trophy winner, Hunter goes second overall. They've got multiple guys going the draft. Shador, all that he accomplished. Dion, all he's overcome to be the head coach and take off, the recruiting, the transfer portal, the way they've revolutionized this era of college football. 100% guaranteed 10 years from now, you're going to be seeing some badass 30 for 30s on this era, especially if they win some shit, because it is revolutionizing college football. Don't get it twisted. And from a cultural standpoint, it's revolutionizing college football, period.
100%.
So I just think it's going to be, even though Shador and Travis are gone, they're not like, how did Miami used to see this? We're never in rebuild, we're in reload. They reloaded. I mean, they didn't go rebuild. Like Salter, I know that I said Juju's going to start. Salter's really good, but so is Juju. I can see both of them playing.
Really good.
Both of them playing, but I think Salter is a vet. I wouldn't be surprised if Caden Salter is in the Heisman Trophy conversation at the end of the year, just because of how much he can do. Yeah. And that with a great defense. And then, like, I don't know if you have the schedule handy, but if you just throw up the schedule, like, I'm looking at this schedule, and I know that I'm biased here because I'm a Buff and I think that I'm pretty critical of this team too, to the point where people don't like me anymore because of it, because I didn't blow somebody today. Again, not my job. I don't wear knee pads. But if you look at the fucking schedule, dog, like the Georgia Tech game, the importance of starting fast is so, oh my God, I cannot fucking like sit here and put enough emphasis on finishing or on starting fast Friday night with the whole country watching, replacing Shador and Travis. I do think they win that game though, because Georgia Tech's coming from Atlanta to Boulder. It's going to be hot, and there's altitude, and that place is going to be fucking jumping on Friday night. So they start 1-0, okay? Who do they got weeks 2? I can't really read that.
Delaware, then Houston.
Delaware at home. They fucking smashed Delaware at home. They go to Houston. I think they're a better team than Houston.
Tough game down in Houston.
Tough game. Will be tough, but Prime going back to Texas, it's huge for recruiting. Yeah. I look at the Houston game this year the way I look at the UCF game last year. I think people are going to be picking Houston. I think they're going to say it's going to be an upset, and I think Prime's going to have his boys ready to go in there and show out in a hotbed for recruiting where they can pull some fucking dudes, i.e., guess who? Vickers is from Houston. Ewu's from Houston. Andre Gerard, Houston. I mean, these motherfuckers, they can play, period. You go, then you come home, Wyoming. You beat Wyoming at home. They're 4-0, dog. Hosting BYU on national TV.
Who doesn't have who lost his starting quarterback, man?
Who doesn't have a quarterback at 8:30 at night.
We need to talk about that.
We've kind of sucked in those games in the past, but we've also done really well. You know what I'm saying? They always show out on national TV. They never just get beat down.
Yeah.
In the night game. So they beat BYU. They're 5-0. The TCU game in Fort Worth. Yeah, that is going to be huge. That's huge for TCU. Like,
let me say, like, Coach, that's going to be a Coach Livingston game because they got Hoover, the quarterback. They got.
I agree, 100%. Like, the defense is going to have to go on the road and show out. You're going to be really high ranked nationally. People are going to be talking about you like the shit don't stink. I don't think TCU will be undefeated at this point, but I'll tell you this: the TCU game 2 years ago started this entire fucking craziness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember that game like it was yesterday. Maybe the most fun I've ever had watching a CU game that I wasn't at. Mm-hmm. But I do think they beat them too. They're 6-0. They beat TCU, and then who do they have?
Iowa State and Rockville.
Iowa State is home, right?
Yeah,
Iowa State in some old Big 12 North rival. Fuck them. Beat Iowa State. They're 7-0, right? Or 6-0. 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 after Iowa State. Then they go on the road to Salt Lake City, right?
Yeah.
And here's where I think
they're going to start Dampier over there. Devin Dampier transferred from New Mexico. He's a good quarterback. That's going to be a tough game over there.
No, and this is the last 5 games here are really where we find out what we are. 7-0 going to Utah. That is a fucking bear trap, bro. That I've been to games there. They are fucking real. Okay. Yeah. I know they had a down year last year and we beat their ass. We had an up year. They had a down year. They couldn't find a quarterback. Whatever. They're going to be good next year. They are not going to just sit around in Salt Lake City and let the rest of the Big 12 run by them after dominating the Pac-12 the way that they did. I don't know if we win that game. That's a question mark right there. Okay. So that's a question mark game. Then they have Arizona at home. I think they win that game. So let's say they lose at Utah. They're 8-1. Okay, going to West Virginia. Now, if you think that West Virginia and the Mountaineers are not dangerous, regardless if they're 0-9 or if they're 9-0 at this point, you're out of your fucking mind and you don't know what you're talking about.
And you're on the road, man. Like, it's a tough game.
You're on the road. It's the furthest game away from you in the country. It's on the East Coast, for God's sakes. And they are fucking crazy. They love their football team. That place fucking rocks. Okay, so that is going to be one tough fucking game. West Virginia has the same like freak the fuck out as Kansas did last year to me. So I think we're better than West Virginia, but again, that's going to be a really tough game because we're going to be coming off of a rebound to Arizona after losing to Utah potentially. And then you've got Arizona State, the defending conference champions, and the hated rival Kansas State Wildcats at the end of the season. So you find a way to beat West Virginia on the road and you set yourself up for a 2-game sprint. And it could be like last year where it's a 3 or 4 team red robin. And if you beat Arizona State and Kansas State, obviously you're in, right? And you've got a 1 loss, and you're probably in the playoff regardless if you lose the Big 12 title game or not. A 2-loss Big 12 title loser.
Yeah, it has to be 2
losses. I think you're in, right? And they're expanding the playoff, right? They added 2 more teams, or is that next year?
Not yet. It's still 12.
That's next year, so it's still 12. But with 14, you're definitely in. So I'm just saying, I know that I'm fucking a homer here, but I think there's a way for this team to be fucking 12-1, bro. And playing for the conference championship. I'm not playing.
Here's where I'm looking at. I think we got to look at the opener, and I want to talk about this with you after the commercial. But I think who Colorado comes out with at quarterback is pivotal, especially in that game because Georgia Tech, Matt, They got Haynes King. They got the running back as well. Like
everybody. I'm cautioning everyone.
Like,
oh yeah, they're not fucking around, and they're tough. Their head coach played there. There's a ton of pride in that place. They are tough as fuck. Mm-hmm. And they are physical as shit. Like, if you were worried about North Dakota State last year, this is North Dakota State with athletes from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fuck around with this group and they'll beat you down. So, but I still think we're better than them, and it's at home. I look at it like this a little bit. You know, with the entirety of this whole schedule, and you're looking at it and going, oh man, they could be this, they could be that. I don't think you're going to get a starting quarterback until you start the game. I don't think we will know who's going to start until they run out on the fucking field opening night. I bet you, hand to God, that Coach Prime fiddles the fucking media and fiddles Georgia Tech by playing equal reps, Juju and Salter, rotating days in camp, because Juju is really fucking good too. And fuck, man, usually when you have two, you don't have one, but that's just not the case right now with this group. So, imagine a situation where you're in the Wildcat and one of them's a running back. Like, you can get creative with this shit usually. So, I would not be surprised at all if you do not know who the starting quarterback is until the night they play Georgia Tech on that Friday night to open up the season.
Damn. Well, Matt, let's take a brief break, and on the other side, we're going to react and listen to Coach Prime, what he had to say about Colorado's quarterback competition, as well as 3 things he would change in college football, Matt. We're also going to listen to Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy said some interesting things, including that he didn't even know, or he didn't take NIL and transfer portal seriously until this offseason. So that's interesting about Oklahoma State, Matt. We're also going to react to Caleb Williams and him posting with his painted nails and a flower and all this other stuff. Also, Matt, Auburn fans are really upset with Hugh Freeze and his golf habit, and he responded to Auburn fans, and I want to read that to you. That and so much more. Folks, if you're watching, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family. I appreciate you all watching, and we'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy.
And we're back, Matt, on this fine Monday. Lots to talk about here, folks. If you're watching, hit that like button. Matt, Caleb Williams posted some interesting photos here with his blue pin and nails and a flower. And I wanted to get your reaction to this. What's he doing? I'm really concerned. I don't. I like Ben Johnson a lot, but I don't know how much of a believer I am in Caleb Williams, and I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, Matt? Go ahead.
All right. So look, I don't give a Tiffany fuck if you're gay, straight, trans, bi, pansexual, you fuck kitty cats, you're a furry. I don't give.
Kitty cats.
Look, it means nothing to me. Okay. I don't care if you want to buy a robot from China, dress it up like a chick and bang it. Good for you. It'll probably talk back less. That's it. You are the starting quarterback for the Chicago fucking Bears, the monsters of the Midway, not the mistresses of the Midway.
Yeah, he's in Chicago, man.
Look, I'm sorry, but you're just giving nightmare fuel to people that don't play the politically correct game. Because like this whole like you can't say anything about people's sexuality and political correct bullshit is dying. And thank God for it. Like the world that we live in, I have the right to say whatever the fuck I want and think whatever I want. That doesn't make me a sexist or a racist or anything. It's just my opinion about the current person in front of me. And I don't know Caleb Williams personally, but this kind of shit right here, if I'm on the defensive line, I'm walking up and be like, what color are your nails today, pussy boy? And if he beats me and he goes out and fucking shreds it and he kills everyone, I'll shut the fuck up. But Caleb Williams is on the worst team in the best division in football. Everybody in that division can rush the passer. They're all good on defense. His defense is They got better in Chicago, yes, but he's also playing for a franchise that's never had a 4,000-yard passer. And I don't know if he's going to be the first one or he's just the next one to go for 3,500 and go 7-11. So this kind of shit, I saw Coach JB's outline that he's just gay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
he's a lunatic. I don't care if he's gay or not. I care how he plays, but I will say this, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks about dicks when he jerks off. But I don't know if he's gay. But I will say that this is it's just so just we're playing quarterback today for the Bears. I'm like, God, we should change up the blue. I don't like the dark blue. I like the light blue, though. Look at my fingernails. Oh, blue 42, light blue 42. Oh, never mind. We got to give 41 some props. Light blue 41, set, hut. Here's the ball. Don't hit me. Oh, my God. And then the flower picture. That is.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the flower picture, dog. What are you doing to yourself?
Matt,
say like, who are the pass rushers for the Vikings? Who are the pass rushers for the Bears? If I'm Aiden Hutchinson, I'm just printing this off and putting it in my locker and going, chase this BITCH down. And he'd be talking real shit right now. The bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Blue 41. Blue 41 again. My nails are the color of your uniform. Oh, my God.
So you got Jonathan Allen, Harrison Phillips, Javon Hargrave, and Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah, they should all be licking their chops.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just the Vikings. I haven't even gone to the Lions or, the Packers. I mean, it's just, yeah, Matt. Matt, I have Tank Johnson, who is, a former Chicago Bear. And
hold on. Listen to this. Dennis Rodman posted on Twitter said Luke Campbell.
No, he did not.
Hold on. I am the biggest Dennis Rodman fan on earth, okay? I got a Dennis Rodman jersey literally fucking 3 feet away from me that I was wearing yesterday. They are not even fucking close to being the same. Dennis Rodman is a total psychopath that probably had 4 or 5 different fucking people living in his head, okay? Who was a total outlaw, crazy fuck. This guy is just feminine.
Yeah, he's feminine.
He's just a female trapped inside of a male's body. I wouldn't be surprised if he Caitlyn Jenner's himself at the end of his career.
I don't know if I go that far. I mean, it's just I can't wrap my head around it. I've talked to Tank Johnson, who even I got to see it to believe it.
Yeah, the impression fucking scared me a little bit too.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable impression. Holy shit.
Acting idiots.
The Bears have done a lot of work since bringing in Ben Johnson, really overall that roster. They got Eric Bieniemy as the running back coach. I mean, if it's going to work.
I wonder how EB feels about this. The first time he showed on is that because you got that fancy ass fucking nail glitter on? Huh, bitch? Get back in the fucking huddle.
Exactly.
Put your ass back in there.
I really hope that that's how it's like. It pains me that I don't know. Could you see a scenario where the Bears are really good as like an all-around team and the quarterback
really good and the entire league starts? If they're really good and he's the MVP and the entire league starts painting their nails, I'll shut the fuck up.
Oh, I didn't go that far. I meant more of the team's really good, but the quarterback position, like Tennessee last year. Tennessee was really good, and I felt the quarterback position kind of held them back at times. What if
Tennessee Volunteers?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you were talking about the Titans.
No. It's about that, like Nico Iamaleava. But no, I mean, like, I got to see it to believe it with Caleb. There's a lot of things he did last year that make me extremely like. I really hope that he can develop going into year 2. And Ben Johnson, we'll see. They brought in a lot of protection for that offensive line, Matt. But
I'm sure the diehard fucking Polacks in Chicago love this.
Oh, I'm sure they love it. Yeah, I'm sure they just.
I'm sure they fucking love it. I'm sure all the gangsters in Cabrini Green fucking love this dude. Like, look at this fucking fingernail painting diva that represents our hardcore kick-ass football team.
God, we haven't even talked.
His fingernails are brighter than the chicks on the Chicago sky.
Yeah, like we got a problem. Him, the 76ers cat that paints his nails I showed you last week. Like we got a lot of.
What is happening to men, bro? Unless you are a rock star or you're a real crazy fuck like Rodman, don't do this.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Keep in mind that while Rodman was painting his nails, he was also fucking Carmen Electra 5 ways from Friday. I don't see fucking Carmen Electra on Homeboy's arm. I didn't see him hanging out with dudes and flowers in his fucking hair and shit. Rodman married himself and went bang Madonna. Shut the fuck up.
Let's move forward, Matt. And since we're talking,
and then also this one here. Who the fuck cares? Thank you, bro. Like we're gonna talk about it because that's what we talk about everything on the show. But retrospectively, who gives a fuck, right? Like you want to paint your nails and fucking think about dudes while you Chicago backhand, literally. Then fucking get it on, dog. Fuck.
It's ammunition for defensive linemen who play against them. That's what I'll say. Hope the Bears do well this season.
It's also true. He did stick his ass up. He did stick his finger up Malone's ass in the finals.
Yeah. Yep.
Come over here, Carl. Mailman, huh? You always deliver this.
Holy fuck. Let's move forward, Matt. So we're going to talking Big 12 media days.
You should come painting for me. Only if you come painting for me, Andrew. Keep going.
Wow. Since we're talking Big 12 media days, Matt, I figure we I showed this on my show last week. I figured we throw it back to last year with Mike Gundy, a clip of Mike Gundy from Big 12 media days last year. Take a listen, Matt.
And it was based on body weight. Not to get into the legal side of it, but I thought really 2 or 3 bears or 4. I'm not justifying what all I did. I'm telling you what decision I made. Well, I thought I've probably done that 1,000 times in my life. And it was just fine. So I got lucky. People get lucky.
But throw back to Mike Gundy's response to Ollie Gordon's DUI incident.
Now, yeah.
Let's move to this. Anyway, Matt, let's move to this.
I like that every fucking meeting. What do you mean?
Well, let's move to this year, Matt, where a lot has gone on Big 12 Media Days. We got to talk about Coach Prime. We were just talking about the quarterback battle of Colorado. He weighed in and discussed the quarterback battle, and he's very confident in Colorado's quarterbacks. Back take a listen here.
Back room also looks great. You have 2 really talented players.
We brought both of them because I don't know which one's going to start.
My question to you is, would you be comfortable with a situation where both guys played?
Yeah. As long as they're doing their jobs and we're winning, we definitely want to continue to develop Juju, but Caden is unbelievable. Caden's off the chain. He's been there, done that. He can get the job done. I wouldn't have brought him here if I didn't trust him. But Juju is coming on around the mountain when he comes. And I love him. I love what he brings to the table. I don't know how it's going to play out. As long as it plays out, we can't lose either way with either of those two.
Your quarterback group.
Yeah, and that's true. Matt, I told Coach Fred on my show last week, I really believe they should go with Kaden Salter to start. I really think having, experience is going to be on their side, especially going against Georgia Tech week 1, who is no joke, and probably one of the best opponents, if not the best opponent they'll face all year. Georgia Tech's legit. And I really think having Kaden Salter at quarterback in week 1 is probably their best bet. Now, I hope that they sprinkle Juju in. I just think going into the gauntlet they're about to go into, having experience is their best bet. Matt, what are your thoughts on Coach Prime's comments on the quarterback battle?
Great problem to have, bro.
Yeah.
What a great problem to have. I mean, shit, bro. So we'll let this play out, and we'll see what happens. I love that he took both of them to Media Day. Juju's the youngest player in the history of Big 12 Media Day to go.
Yeah,
again, Coach Prime isn't going by the book. He doesn't care if he's young. He's taking him. He doesn't care if you don't like the jerseys being retired. He's retiring them. He doesn't care. He just doesn't give a shit. Like, he's doing it his way. And you know what? It's working. So if you're another freshman out there and you're like, wow, they took Juju to Media Day, like he's really putting this dude on blast. That's good looking for recruiting. So as much as they don't do, regionally or like area wise, they fucking multiply by 10 when they go national, bro. They recruit the shit out of these kids out nationally. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
I love it. I think they're doing a great job. There's things that I wish that they would improve on, but they're doing a great job in a lot of areas.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I really think all of the Colorado haters, I think at the beginning of this season are going to be all over them. Now I think as time goes on, they're going to see, hey, this team's a lot better than you guys think, bro. So
I don't think that people can sit around and talk like JB does so much about there's no substance.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Coach Prime is a program builder. I don't think that you can say that about him anymore. He is building the shit out of Colorado.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see. We just broke down their schedule. I'm pretty optimistic, Matt. See how it plays out at quarterback, Matt. Another thing Coach Prime talked about at Big 12 Media Day, I want to get your take on. He said, this is 3 things Coach Prime would change about college football, Matt. Take a listen.
What would change in college football? It has to be, and they're trying to implement it. It's got to be a salary cap on this stuff because this stuff is going crazy and nobody knows where it's going to land, where it's going to end, and you have so many different doors. It's like I would see a player that said he got an offer from another school, and I'm trying to figure out why you guys haven't investigated it, and how is that possible when the guy's not in the portal? How's that? Now, if that was one of my players, you guys would be all over it. I'm trying to figure out how can somebody say you got a $5 million offer. How? And the kid is not in the portal. So I think we need to be upright and upstanding. Secondly, it's going crazy.
Let's go one thing at a time here. Matt,
Yeah,
go ahead. What are your thoughts on that first?
He talks about 2 different things when he says salary cap. He's talking about talking about putting a cap on how much you can pay the guys. But then he also brings up tampering. So I'm just going to go with tampering rather than salary cap. Because I think there already is a cap on how much the school can pay them. There's no cap, and there shouldn't be, on how much you can make on your own. The NIL and the payment thing are 2 different things. Mm-hmm. So an NIL deal now, a kid can get a car and represent fucking Rocky Mountain Chevrolet or whatever. And that doesn't have anything to do with the school, right? That's just him making money through his name, image, and likeness on the side. The school has an allotted $20 million for all the athletic programs to pay its players. So I guess that's a hard cap there. What he's talking about is tampering. And I 100% unequivocally agree with Coach. The tampering we talked about on this fucking show, God knows how many times. It is rampant and it happens constantly. Constantly. It's happened so much in the last year and a half, 2 years, that I've had to tell coaches actively on the phone not to talk to me about this kind of shit anymore. I'm not going to tell a kid to leave another school to come to you in the middle of the season. Like when the window's open and you want to talk business, I'm all for it. That's why I represent my guys the way I do. But if you call me in week 5 and you're like, hey, I know this kid isn't playing and think he'd enter the transfer portal, I'm going to be like, dude, focus on your own people. This is not the time to do it. The same way that I'm only taking 3.5% and there's agents taking 25% and 20%. That's called having moral character. You guys, people can think whatever they want about me, but I am not a fucking liar and I'm not a cheat and I don't fucking screw people over and I try and do what I say I'm going to do. And that's one of the reasons why people don't like me, because I'm not a fucking snake like the majority of you motherfuckers are. So, and I'm not afraid to also point my finger at it and say, hey, snaky snake, if you hiss like a snake and you slide like a snake and you bite like a snake, you old motherfucking snake, rattle, rattle. So what I'm saying is the tampering is, they've got to get a handle on this shit, dog. The tampering shit is it should be illegal. It is really illegal in the NFL. Like they will dock draft picks. They'll suspend guys. Definitely, like you will get fucking blackballed in the NFL. You do some shit like this. So you're not supposed to be going after people on other people's rosters, and you shouldn't until the season's over. And what he's saying is real. It's 100% real. We know this because it happened to 41. 41 was an all Big 12 linebacker, and then I guarantee you some point in the season last year, Alabama got a hold of him, and because he was out quick too. That shit was happening. He went in the portal and he was at Alabama the next day. That is a huge indicator that it was done before it was supposed to be. It's like the contact period in the NFL with free agency, right? There's not supposed to be tampering in free agency, but then guys sign 5 minutes after free agency starts. Like I know we're dumb, but we're not stupid.
Matt, I know how much Colorado fans love Coach JB, but about 6 months ago, in like January, I broke down Sam Pendleton, who entered the transfer portal with a do not contact thing or whatever, clause or whatever the hell it's called. And yeah, it's ironic. It's great. I talked about it because I was like, this is obviously transferring. How do you enter the portal, but you say don't contact me? And then the next day, or like not the next, I mean, literally 2 days later, he's at Tennessee. So that's just, this is what it is. So
I mean, I don't know how they do this with social media and cell phones.
Yeah,
like, even if they make a rule, this is going to continue to happen. But just because right now it's happening and there's no recourse, there's no penalty. At least put a fucking penalty on it. Like at least try and catch someone doing it and like slap them on the wrist and be like, yo, we're going to show cause you for 5 years or fine you or whatever the fuck. You're getting suspended, and at least it sets a precedent for it not happening. It makes people think twice before they go break the fucking rules again. Right now, it's like fucking Miami in the 70s and 80s where you're like, I guess I should sell some coke. Everyone else is doing that shit. It's the Wild West. Let's go. Like I wish that I could live in that era, bro, because that was my father's era, and he was a savage. And it's just you can get away with fucking anything back in the day, dog. Fuck.
Let's go to number 2.
You change the subject real quick. This is the criminal mindset against the non-criminal mindset right there.
No, let's stay on track. Number 2 here. Take a listen.
Standing. Secondly, I like the professional rules to be implemented in college. They're getting ready to be pros, so let's go 2 feet in, on the catches. Let's mark the foul if it pass interference. Let's do the same thing the pro game is. Let's do it to college.
So I've been different on that. Go ahead. You go first. Go ahead.
I don't have a problem with 2 feet. I don't have a problem with the overtime rules. I think the overtime rule now is terrible. I prefer the 25 in, just play until you play. I hate the 2-point conversion part of it. I think it's cheap. Not going for 2. After you score twice, you just start going for 2 shit. Fuck that.
Right,
it's so dead. Like you got to earn this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I will say this, something that no one ever talks about, and he's not talking about. If you're going to do all this, are you going to change the hash marks too? Because if you don't change the hash marks, what are we talking about? And the reason why, one of the main reasons college football, there's so much scoring, because you're always running to a huge open side of the field. Very, 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 very rarely are you actually in the middle of the field. And the defenses have to adjust to it accordingly. And now you got athletes in space, and they're running in space constantly. Well, one of the reasons the NFL is so goddamn fucking, there's so much parity, and the scores of most games are one scores. I mean, what is it, like 70% of NFL games are one score games?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason that's the case is because the hashes are tight, and you're always in the middle of the field. So even if you run the ball to the right all the way out of bounds, they just come back and put it on the right hash in the middle of the goddamn field, not all the way out by the numbers. And they're putting the ball in the fucking hash, and you're like, I wonder which way we should run, Johnny. And there's 80 yards to the left. So if you're going to change all that, you got to change the hash marks too. But I'm not against it by any means.
I'm indifferent. So I'm like, we're just going to admit this is. Are we going to admit it's professional football, though, or are they just going to sit here and say it's college football? Yeah.
Always be college football. They put the 2-minute warning in, and nothing changed. I think they should spot file personal or pass interference. I think that they should definitely make it down by contact. This whole just going down and you're down thing in college football is dumb as fuck. It's just stupid. So there's things that they could change, but I think the hash marks have to be talked about.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's listen to the last part of it.
And let's do something about the uniforms. We got guys out there in backer shorts. That makes me sick because I'm a football guy. Like I played this game at a high level, and I have so much respect for this game. And how can we allow guys out there in backer shorts? No knee pads, no nothing, literally pants up under their thighs, and that's cool. So I think there should be a fine implemented for that stuff, and let's have more respect for this tremendous game. Now I could go all day when you talk about making changes, but we have a pretty good game.
Matt, I would agree with that too. I mean, the uniforms are such a big part of it. Just think about playing 26, how many different uniform combos you're going through with each team. It's a huge part of it. I agree. And then not having any leg pads, no knee pads. I don't know how people do that shit. So I agree with him wholeheartedly on this one.
Yeah. And I'm curious. I mean, I would love to hear a general census of players' reaction to that last comment, because
you know that they want to wear the smallest little fucking nut.
Selfishly as a player, I'd be like, man, I want to wear it. I don't want to wear any of it. But as a understanding of the game, I think that they look worse now than they used to. Personally, I always prided myself on looking good. You look good, you play good. I don't understand people that can walk on there looking like a fucking slob and expect to play well. That don't work. Well, yeah.
I think if you make the uniform work for you, then everything will work for you on the field. And I truly believe that shit. If you dress for success, it's the same thing. On the field of play, I want to look good to go play good. In reality, I want to look good to perform well. If I'm going on a fucking big-time job interview or some shit that requires me to put on a fucking 3-piece and look like the motherfucking penguin, just sexy, I'm in. I can make that happen. You need me to cowboy this motherfucker up? Bam, I got the hat in the corner. If you don't look good, no one's going to take you seriously off the bat. You look like a slob, I'm going to immediately think you're a fucking slob.
Well said, Matt. Well said. Well, there's us reacting to Coach Prime comments at Big 12 Media Day. Before we get out of here, Matt, I kind of teased this. We'd react to this. Hugh Freeze. So Auburn fans have not been very happy with Hugh Freeze over his golf habit. So Auburn right now is ranked last in the SEC in recruiting, and Auburn fans are not happy. So Hugh Freeze has been golfing so much to the point where I think he logs his scores or whatever. I'm not a big golf guy, but he logs his scores. Let's see if I can pull it up here, because I did a deep dive into this with the GHIN system, which logs all of his rounds publicly. He played I mean, shoot, a total of 11 rounds in just the first 3 weeks of June alone. GHIN only shows 20 rounds publicly at once, but I mean, it's Auburn fans are not happy with
Plays a lot of golf.
Yeah, plays a lot of golf. Hugh Freeze responds to the criticism from Auburn fans saying, everybody seems to like to talk about my golf game. I do love golf. I enjoy playing, but what people don't realize is, I assure you that I never missed a camp day or a recruiting day, but if camp got over at 3 o'clock one day and Jill and I go out at 4:30, we absolutely might do that. And I'm not apologizing for that part of it, but my focus is 100% on getting Auburn in that win column this fall. Matt, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about Auburn going into 2025? Let's just start there.
I mean, Auburn's always going to have a competitive football team. It's Alabama. I think this is ridiculous. He's golfing with his wife on his time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said.
Whatever. That's what I got to take the man for his word.
Yeah.
I'm saying, is he always with his wife? Maybe not. Maybe so. Who gives a shit? He's on his own time. He hasn't missed any time. He's not missing camp and not going to recruiting things to go get drunk on the golf course. He's got to be active in some way. Maybe this is his hour and a half of cardio or 2 hours of cardio every day. I mean, just what people get upset about, bro. Like, it dumbfounds me. Now, do I think Hugh Freeze is a good coach? No, I think he's fucking terrible. Do I think Auburn made a terrible decision not hiring Coach Prime and hiring Hugh Freeze? Yeah, I think that's pretty dumb. Thank you, but dumb as fuck. Can you imagine what Coach Prime would be doing at Auburn?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I think that people in Alabama only have Auburn and Alabama football and like their sisters. So there's not a lot going on. They got to fucking get negative about something. Auburn is not Alabama, obviously, but it is a very proud program with a good history. And I think that they just need to pump their brakes on this one a little bit. You knew the guy, but you also had to know the guy you were getting. At his other stops,
yes.
At his other stops, he may not drink and he may be a good Christian, but he also loves hookers and like has coached from a hospital bed with a morphine drip. So Hugh Freeze does it his way.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. And they have Jackson Arnold. Huh?
He didn't do that. He didn't go from.
No, Matt,
he surely did.
Well said. And I got to see Auburn's he's got to be under probably him. I think him and Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. Can you imagine if homeboy goes, if they have a shitty year, who's to say Sabin doesn't go to Auburn? Oh my God.
If Auburn has a shitty year, Hugh Freeze is probably done, Matt.
He's got
Auburn's schedule.
Guaranteed.
Like, I broke down their schedule. It's going to be tough for them. They have Jackson Arnold, who comes over from Oklahoma as their starting quarterback, Matt. It's going to be interesting to see whether he can actually have some success. Because, I was really excited to see him last year at Oklahoma, and he really struggled, Matt. So he
didn't play well.
Yeah, he did not play well at all, Matt. Interesting. We'll see with Auburn. I think it's gonna be another tough year for them. I don't know. I'm not confident in them. That's what I'll say going into the SEC. Matt, this has been a great show here on this fine Monday. We'll be back tomorrow potentially with Mason Crosby. That's gonna be a good show. I'm really excited to see him. Colorado recruiting in class of 2026 starting to pick up. Coach Hart's landed some linebacker commits, Matt, and a lot of stuff going here, Matt. Any final comments before we get out of here on this fine Monday?
No, throw that picture up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Here, let me out of here.
Look, I'm not saying that I've got the best lineman program in the world, but I do. And we got dudes.
Hell yeah.
Fucking dudes, dog. Just in that picture alone, there's just scholarships and money falling out of the rafter. So,
yeah.
And the next generation is just as bad as the generation before them boys. So, just saying, all these kids should be. Colorado should be in their top 3 of every recruiting cycle. You know what I'm saying? Just
for
saying.
Sure. And I saw Breck I saw Breck at his official visit down at Miami and over at USC as well, Matt.
Yeah, USC is beating his door down right now, bro. It is, and they just got Mark Bowman, and Bowman's from Colorado, but transferred and number one tight end in the country, and they're boys. So it's this shit's getting interesting. We'll put it like that.
Yeah, that's gonna be two good places. You know, Miami got Coach Mirabal down there, who I know is gonna get after. They just got Jackson Cantwell and obviously Mario Cristobal. You know how much he loves linemen, Matt. So it's just, two good places for Breck.
I'm telling you, the ones that they really need to focus on are on my right. Like Reese, Breck, and Deacon. I think Reese is either Washington or Nebraska, something like that. Breck's top three are Georgia, SC. You know, there's Miami's all over him still. Like, there's a lot of schools there. Deacon's obviously committed to Oklahoma. But then you got Roper and Moon and Nick. And Moon's got Syracuse. Nick doesn't have an offer yet. Roper's got 7. Like that, those 3, CU needs to dive deep on them. They need to offer Roper now. Like, you might offer Moon now. You just get it over with. What are we talking about? And then, just build the relationship with those kids. See if you can bag some of them.
100%, man, 100%, and we'll see if they dive into it. But man, you better save that picture. That's a great picture right there. I love it.
No, this is just the next class. Last year's class was huge. The year before that was huge. The year before that was huge. Yeah. My thing is trying to educate people on what we actually do.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like if we didn't have a gym and we just placed people, that's all we would be known for. But we do both, and it's like because we do both, we're not really known for either. Does that make sense?
And I feel like that's
crazy.
There's not a lot of places like that in the country, man. Like I think that's a pretty unique.
I can honestly say this. I don't think there is another place like my place in the entire country. I don't even think it's close. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not trying to brag or be, sit here and talk shit like all we do is fucking win, but goddamn, dog, all we do is fucking just print checks and fucking put these guys in position to be super successful as they go through their life. So, and this is nothing new. This isn't like the first class that's popped off in 15 years and we're just getting lucky.
Right.
This shit is fucking crazy, dude. I never expected 6-0 to be as prevalent and as important as it is now. 10, 12 years ago. I never thought it would get to this point. So, and it's because of them. They work, and I just try and build a bridge for them. But, this isn't the end of it. I mean, this not pictured here is Corbin and Aiden Lee and Gasher and Evan Hines and all these other cats that aren't in the picture. And I will say this before we get off. Parents, and maybe you could clip this for me, B. Mm-hmm. Parents, if you don't believe in your kid and you won't invest in them, you're the start. If you won't get up and take them, if you won't sacrifice to get them to where they need to be, you can't look at them and tell them that they didn't accomplish. Never. It's never the kids. It's never the kid that's like, oh, I don't want to do it. Fuck this. It's always the parent that something else is more important, or I can't get out of bed at 5 a.m. Or there's a lot of parents that do it right. I'm not criticizing you. If you're getting angry at what I'm saying, I'm talking to you. You know the way I operate, B. But if you aren't one of these people, then I wouldn't get too offended. But if your kid has talent and you don't support that talent and pour into them and invest in any way possible to help them, shame on you, man. Especially these days where there's no more getting overlooked. Whereas so many people think it's harder to get recruited these days, I think it's 10 times easier. It is so much fucking easier to get a kid seen. It is so much easier to get a kid fucking recruited. Your cell phone, the fact that I can fucking we'll use 3 young guys. We'll use Devin West, Waylon Day, and Ethan from Evergreen. Okay, Evergreen Ethan. Those 3 kids, if they do things right, Ethan's going to be a freshman at Evergreen. Waylon, 6'4", 290, going to be a freshman at Grandview, really good-looking player. And obviously the mutant Devin West, who's going to be in 8th fucking grade, who's got a full beard and is 6'9", 350. I mean, he's not that big, but he's big.
Man.
If those 3 kids, just by just by showing up and working and me posting them, I'm not really even like pushing them that hard. I'm not like beating on people's doors right now. They're all babies. All I had to do was post a couple of times, and I got beaten by Coach Justice and Gerard and all these fucking coaches from all over the country. Like, who's this kid? And all I got to do is hit send, dog, and all of a sudden they're on the board. So it's never been easier if you will just work. That's why I make the program so hard. So this part is easy. Mm-hmm. I make the program hard, and I make the workouts hard and sled day hard, and I'm on your ass to see if you got nuts because my reputation is behind you. This logo is behind you when you walk into my gym and you want my help. That means that you're now you've got to think in the back of your head, I'm not just accountable to Matt and 6-0 and my family and what I want. I'm accountable to Ryan Jensen and Sam Jones and Billy Turner and Mike Pinnell. I'm accountable to Chad Muma. I'm accountable to Austin Johnson and Drake Nugent and the Miller brothers and the Weatherby brothers. Yep. I'm accountable to fucking Breck and Deacon. I'm accountable to Nick and Moon. I'm accountable to Devin. I don't care if he's in 8th grade. Next year, when some junior walks in and tries to big time him, Devin's the vet motherfucker, not you. He's been here for 2 years. You just got here. Age don't mean shit. It's experience that matters. Mm-hmm. So I am telling you, man, it's never been fucking easier if you're a kid or a parent. And social media alone, all these kids reaching out to me asking for tips and help. I can't give you tips. Any tips? Want some tips? Some tips? I don't give tips, dog. Here's a tip. Get in the fucking program and do what I tell you to do and invest in yourself. Stop being cheap. Stop buying $600 Jordans and turn that fucking money into an investment that has ROI, which means return on investment that will pay you back so you can go to college for free and get fucking paid. Mm-hmm. And all you haters out there that don't like the way the game is gone, you are obviously not a businessman and you're probably born in communist China, you fucking moron. So I'm telling you, dog, the game that we've got, the players have the game by the short and curlies, guaranteed contracts in the NFL, which the owners are going to try and take away from you. All right. Fucking getting paid in college, which they will try and take away from you if you don't fight for it and getting unionized and really get what you're fucking worth. Let's be real. They are getting scraps and pennies right now. Mm-hmm. Pennies, fucking scraps from the table. And they are acting like we're feasting. You're not feasting. Get some of that fucking TV money. Again, strike. Opening week of the season this year, everybody should just strike. Coach Sabin, come be the union president and help the players get guaranteed contracts in college. They can afford it. They're getting fucking paid left hand over fist, bro. They make way more money than the players do. So again, dog, there's so much more that can happen because of the technology and the ability to build bridges. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, players and parents out there, if you're lazy and entitled and you think people are going to come to you, you're wrong. But if you will just work, if you will just humble yourself a little bit and invest in yourself a little bit and just show up and work, like this fucking kid that 2B senior that I met with 2 weeks ago, 6'7", 300 pounds. Thought for sure he'd sign up. All I've gotten from his parents for 2 weeks is this guy lost his job and I can't afford it now. And we're going to pay you, but now we're not going to. And hey, we're going to come down tomorrow. Can we schedule? Oh no, the next day comes and they fucking cancel 5 minutes before they're supposed to be there. You know what that says to your 6'7" mutant child who's trying to play? That you don't believe in it. It has nothing to do with me. So if you won't support your own kid and you don't believe in the huge goals and dreams, if you don't swing, you'll never hit a home run. And I can't sit here. I don't understand the people that go, I might fail, so I'm going to come up with an excuse on why I can't do it. I don't fucking get that. You get one goddamn chance at this shit. One.
True.
Fucking let's go get this motherfucker. Stop acting like somebody's going to give it to you because you're big. They have to know you're there first.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Stop acting like you're special and start acting special. That's all I got to say. Have yourself a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Mason Crosby, the fucking 9-iron, one of the best special teams player and kicker in Colorado history, Super Bowl champion, and 15-year vet will be on the show.
We'll see you guys tomorrow, folks. Hit that like button, subscribe, become a member. We'll see you tomorrow. Mason Crosby joins the show. Peace.
Good shit, B.